At ease, brothers. God is good, man. And what I mean by that is source energy is what it says it is and does what it says it does. And it's like, if a man can understand that, if a man can absorb that and stand on that, but everything else will play itself out. Everything else will play itself out, man. I was thinking of, one of my, most favorite aha moments in life. And that was when I understood that time is an illusion. And I know people say that all the time, man, and we can easily get lost in the, fifth dimension, third dimension, blase. But a lot of people will just make that statement without really understanding what they're saying. One of my most greatest aha moments was understanding that time is an illusion. And what I mean by that is everything is happening now. Like, if the only thing that's real is the all or God energy, and time is simply an illusion, that means that everything is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the day you were born, the day you died, the day grandmama and them died, the day Martin Luther King was shot, the day the pyramids were built, the day the slaves were freed on the beaches of Galveston, Texas. And all the events you can think of, both quote unquote good and quote unquote bad. Everything you can think of, man, is happening right now. At this very second. And what that did for me, man, is it eliminated my fears of a lot of things that I was worried about. It eliminated my fear of death. It eliminated my fear of worrying about a thing. And it made me understand, brother, that man doesn't evolve. Man just becomes. Think about this. If you understand that time is an illusion, then you understand that man doesn't evolve. Man just becomes. Like, I say this all the time, and I don't think people really understand what I'm saying is, when I say evolution is only for the observer. Only those that are observing a person understand and can see a man's evolution. And my prime example is saying, like, if you in a gym for 6 months and you see a brother come in, man, he kind of out of shape, and over the course of 6 months, a year, you see this brother just trim up and become something else. You've watched that man evolve into something else. But that man didn't evolve. He became. It was simply him making a decision and him stepping into his new I am. There is no evolution for those that have understanding, because you're living by a different code. You're living in and I made a video about this a couple of weeks ago. You're living in a timeless energy, bro. But you have to understand, man, for those that don't understand that time is an illusion, you have to understand, man, that these people are constantly being denied by their future, and at the same time being held hostage by their past. I'm saying it again, brothers. People that have no idea that time is an illusion, that time is not real, that man does not evolve, man only becomes. People that don't understand that, those people are being denied by their future and being held hostage by their past. What do you mean, soul? I'm gonna tell you what I mean, brothers. Let's say, for example, God forbid, you were raised in a household where your father, your mother, your grandparents, your uncle, your aunt, whoever it was that raised you, just always told you, you know what? You really ain't shit. You really going to go through this life and you aren't going to amount to anything. Not only did they say that to you, they said it to everybody around them. And you heard them say, you know what, my son, my daughter, they really ain't nothing. They'll never amount to nothing. Now, if you agree to that, if you buy into that, if you absorb that energy and call it your truth, then in your present now, if you're still tied to that past, brother, what you're trying to do is calibrate. You're constantly recalibrating life. Meaning you start off at a job and your performance is going good, and the manager or the boss is saying, hey, you know what, man? Like, we're liking your work. We got eyes on you. If that's your truth, if you're still connected to that past, man, if you're still calling that past a reality, brother, you'll start making moves. You'll start sabotaging life just to get back to where your truth is. You know what I'm saying? Things from your past can hold you hostage, man. That's when I say there's only the now. Anything, and to be honest, even great events in your past can hold you hostage. It's all about the now, man. Another example, man, say for example, and I know a lot of brothers can relate to this. A lot of sisters can relate to this. Let's say you had an ex in the past. Somebody that maybe cheated on you. Somebody that maybe stole money from you. Somebody that, did all these things behind your back, and you formed a new truth because of that. Now in your present moment, everybody you encounter, everybody that wants to come and shoot your shot, you're meeting what looks like 5% women or men, or women coming to you a certain way, and they're feminine, they're polite, they're sweet, they're not in these streets. But since you're still tied to your past, you're still making that your new truth. So now your future, your current reality, your now is corrupted by your past. That's what I'm saying. When you call something your reality, it has to be strictly your now. Strictly your now. A lot of people are being held hostage. A lot of people's money is funny. A lot of people's health is funny. A lot of people's love life is funny simply because they're still attached to that past. Brother, it's holding you hostage. You say diabetes runs in your family. It don't run in your family. You just still attached to the way mama and them said cook them green beans, cook them turnips, put them ham hocks in there, put a whole quarter pound of salt in there. That's how you make it. You know what I'm saying? You still attached to the old ways, man. When you have to say, you know what? Who am I? Where am I going? What do I desire? What do I want to become? And regardless of what took place back there, this is my now. Like whatever happened 2 minutes ago on back to the day I was born is really irrelevant as far as me becoming. And if a person doesn't understand that, man, I'm telling you, man, they'll be just spinning their wheels trying to get ahead. And they'll say, man, I can never make a move. I can never find the love of my life. I can never get my money right. And I have no idea why. It's because you're still agreeing to that old stuff, man. Your past will hold you hostage, brothers. It'll hold you hostage. It'll hold you prisoner until the day you die. Time is an illusion. Man doesn't evolve, man simply becomes. When I say a man should walk in his I am, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It all ties to the same thing. When I say that a man should pray, and when I say that prayer is not the recitation of words, that prayer is the being walking in your now. When I'm saying walking in your, it's all the same statement. I just say it 3 or 4 different ways, but it all comes back to now. This very moment. Who are you? Where are you going? What defines you? Right? So that's how the past can hold you hostage, brother. But the future is denying most people as well. Because think about this. Again, the mindset of evolving, man, is really going against the grain of source energy. I'm gonna say it again, man. The mindset of this is who I'm going to be in 6 months. This is who I'm going to be in a year. This is what I'm going to be doing. These are the places I'm going to. That's a very dangerous, area, but because it can deny you. Because really, what you're saying is, this is what I am not. In the future, man, I'm going to be 2% body fat. And in the future, I'm going to be making me, $75,000 a year. I'm going to be making me $250,000 a year. I'm going to be making me, a couple of million a year. If you buy into that and call that your agreement, to be honest, man, you're hindering yourself because you're really denying yourself again by saying what you are not. It all comes back down to the now. It all comes back to the what. That's what I'm saying. There's no evolution. There is no evolution. You can't go to God and say, God, in the future, this is what I would like. You have to go in your mind and go in your spirit and say, this is what I am. And once you stand up from that chair, man, you have to walk in it. That's the hard part. I'm gonna tell you this, man. All the stuff we talk about is simple. It's easy. But the challenge is the challenge is this, brothers. The challenge is being able to live from your mind. And I've said this a million different ways. I've said, meditate with your eyes open, walk in your now. I've said it a million different ways, but you have to get to the point where you can respond to the things of this world in this third dimension from your spirit mind. From your spirit mind. And like I tell the brothers in the circle all the time, man, I don't care if those red bills are showing up in the mail saying, hey, you know what, you a payment behind. I don't care if you peeking out the window, man, you see the repo man creeping by your house, waiting on you to slip up. You know what I'm saying? You have to act from your now, because there is no evolution. There's no, when I get my money right, then things will be different. No, they have to be different this very second. You have to conduct yourselves as if they're already done, man. That's what it all boils down to. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us human. And when you understand that, brother, you can also understand the propaganda. Now you can understand the motive of the propaganda. Because we can get on topics of law, man. Be careful what you're watching. If you watch these type shows, it's planting the seed, da 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 da. But when you understand how things work, now you understand the motive of propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Now you understand when you're watching videos and they're putting you an energy of what I don't have and what I want, or they're putting you in an energy of this is what I used to do back on the block. They're separating you from the now. They're saying, remember what you used to be? Remember how you used to move back when you was pushing yay on the blocks, when you was selling QPs? Or they're saying, you know what? Think about the husband you don't have. This is what it'll be like when you have this new husband. So now or new wife or new whatever. So now you're in a state of one day that's going to be me. It'll never be you. I'm telling you, it'll never be you. It can't be you by law. By law, it can never be you because it's not your I am. I'm telling you, man. Life is a beautiful thing, brothers. And I'm telling you, man, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what the economy is doing, regardless of the beef that men and women are having, regardless of what the culture is doing, regardless of who's in the White House, regardless of what pandemic, regardless of all that stuff, man, life is good if you understand what's really taking place. If you understand the laws of the game, man, if you understand the rules, if you understand the power we have, life is fun. Even when you're at your bottom, if you're understanding what's taking place, life is fun, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man, like I've gone through hard times, man. I'm like, bro, this is a challenge. This is rough. But when I just sit back and pause, in the midst of a burning building, bro, I understood that, bro, this is gonna be beautiful. Like this is gonna be part of my testimony. All I have to do is become something. Goes back to my favorite quote, man. Man does not attract what he wants. Man attracts what he is. Think about that. That eliminates that whole conversation of evolution. Man does not attract what he wants. Man attracts what he is. What does that mean to you?